I came home early because my meeting got canceled. I even smiled while unlocking the door. I thought I would surprise Emma with dinner. The house was too quiet. "Emma," I called out. No answer. Then I heard it. A low laugh. A man's voice. From our bedroom. My chest tightened. "That's not possible," I whispered to myself. I walked down the hallway slowly. Every step felt heavy. I told myself I was overthinking. Maybe the TV was on. I reached the door. I pushed it open. Emma gasped. "Wait." Daniel stepped back from the bed. "Bro, I can explain." I stared at them. My best friend. My wife. In my bedroom. "What is this?" My voice didn't even sound like mine. Emma grabbed the sheets. "It's not what it looks like." I let out a hollow laugh. "Really?" "Because it looks exactly like what it is." Daniel ran his hand through his hair. He couldn't look at me. "It just happened. It just happened." I repeated. "You tripped and fell?" "Don't do this," Emma said, tears forming. "We didn't mean for you to find out like this." "Find out?" I felt my hands shake. "So there was a plan?" "No," she said quickly. I was confused. I felt lonely. "You've been distant." I stared at her. "So you sleep with my best friend?" Daniel stepped forward. "This is on me." I looked at him. "Don't pretend you're noble now." Silence filled the room. I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. Emma whispered, "Please say something." I swallowed hard. I wanted to scream. I wanted to punch Daniel. I wanted to ask 100 questions. Instead I said, "How long?" They both stayed quiet. "How long?" I asked again. Daniel muttered, "A few months." "Months." I nodded slowly. "In my house." Emma started crying. "I was going to tell you." "When?" I asked calmly. "After our anniversary?" She covered her face. I felt something inside me shift. The pain was still there, but it was turning cold. Daniel stepped closer. "We can fix this." I looked at him for a long time. "You already fixed it." I walked past them. Emma called my name. I didn't stop. "Please don't leave like this," she begged. I paused at the door, but didn't turn around. "I'm not leaving," I said quietly. "I just need air." I walked out of the house. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I started thinking. If they could lie to me for months, I could stay silent for a little longer. I sat in my car outside the house. The engine was off, but I couldn't move. "Months," I whispered. How did I miss that? I replayed everything in my head. The late nights. The locked phone. The sudden gym sessions. The way Emma smiled at her screen. "She's just stressed," I had told myself. I laughed bitterly. Stressed. My phone buzzed. It was Mia. "Hey, big brother," she said. "You sound weird in your text." "What's wrong?" "Nothing," I said quickly. "Just tired." "You never text me, 'Are you awake?' at midnight unless something's wrong," she replied. "What happened?" I stayed quiet. "Did you fight with Emma?" she asked softly. "It's fine," I muttered. "Don't lie to me," she said. "Your silence is louder than your voice." I closed my eyes. I came home early. And I heard voices. She didn't speak. I opened the door. I continued. Daniel was there. Her breath caught. "No, yes." "With Emma?" "Yes." There was a long pause. Then she said, "I'm so sorry." "I feel stupid," I said. "I trusted them." "You love them," she corrected me. I ignored signs, I said. She hid her phone. She smiled at messages. Daniel canceled plans with me. I thought I was paranoid. "You weren't paranoid," Mia said calmly. "You were in love." I gripped the steering wheel. "How long do you think they've been laughing at me?" "Stop," she said firmly. "Don't torture yourself." "I keep thinking maybe it's my fault," I admitted. "Maybe I work too much. Maybe I wasn't enough." "Listen to me," she said. "Cheating is a choice, not an accident." I swallowed. "What do I do?" "Right now," she asked. "You breathe." "That's not a plan." "No," she said gently. "It's step one." I leaned back in my seat. "I want to scream. I want to destroy something." "And after that?" she asked. "I don't know." "Then don't act yet," she said. "Pain makes bad decisions." I stared at my house. The lights were still on. "I don't want to be the fool anymore," I said quietly. "Then don't be," Mia replied. "Be smart." I felt something shift inside me. "You're right," I said. "I won't react." "Good," she whispered. I looked at the front door. "I'm done being blind," I said. "Now I start seeing." I walked back into the house like nothing had happened. Emma looked up from the couch. "You're back already?" "Yeah," I said evenly. Meeting ended early. She studied my face. "Are you okay?" "I'm fine," I replied. "Why wouldn't I be?" Daniel stood near the kitchen counter. "Hey, man." "Hey," I said. holding his gaze a second longer than usual. The air felt thick, but I smiled. I even asked, "Staying for dinner?" Emma blinked. "You don't mind?" "Why would I?" I said. They exchanged a quick look. Guilt. Fast. Nervous. During dinner, Emma laughed too loudly at Daniel's jokes. Daniel avoided looking at me. I noticed everything. Later that night, Emma's phone buzzed. She flipped it over quickly. "Who's texting?" I asked casually. "Just a friend," she said. "Daniel?" I asked. She forced a smile. "Don't be silly." I nodded. "Of course." When she showered, I picked up her phone. Locked. New password. "Interesting," I muttered. The next day, I checked our phone bill online. Repeated late-night calls. Same number. Daniel's. I took screenshots. I opened our bank account. Transfers I didn't recognize. Small amounts. Frequent. Why didn't I see this before? I whispered. That afternoon, I scheduled a meeting. Mr. Harris shook my hand firmly. "What seems to be the issue?" "My wife is cheating," I said calmly. "And I think money is missing." He didn't look surprised. "Do you have proof?" "I'm gathering it." "Good," he said. "Do not confront them yet." "I won't." "Emotion is expensive," he continued. "Patience is profitable." I leaned forward. "If she moved money without telling me?" "We document everything," he replied. "Then we act." I nodded slowly. "I want to do this right." "Then stay quiet," he said. "Let them get comfortable." That night, Emma sat beside me. "You've been distant," she said softly. "Have I?" I asked. "Yes. It feels like you're watching me." I looked at her carefully. "Maybe I am." She laughed nervously. "That's creepy." "Is it?" I asked. She stood up quickly. "I'm going to bed." I waited until she slept. Then I checked the bank records again. Another transfer. This time larger. To a business account. Registered under Daniel's name. I stared at the screen. This wasn't just cheating. They were stealing from me too. I stared at the transfer confirmation on my screen and felt my pulse hammer in my ears. Another payment. Larger this time. I waited until Emma left the house. Then I called Daniel. "Meet me," I said. "About what?" he asked cautiously. "Your business." Silence. "Okay." We met at a quiet cafe. "What's going on?" he asked, trying to smile. "I saw the transfers," I said calmly. "From my joint account." His face drained. "It's not what you think." "Then explain." He rubbed his forehead. "The business was struggling. So you asked my wife to fund it?" "It just happened," he muttered. "It just happened." I repeated. "Money doesn't just happen." "We were going to pay it back," he said quickly. "With what?" I asked. "You're drowning. It's temporary." "You used my money," I said, leaning closer. "Without my consent." He swallowed. "Emma wanted to help." "Emma wanted to help you." I corrected. He looked down. "We didn't mean to hurt you." I laughed softly. "You didn't mean to get caught." "That's not fair." "Fair." I snapped. "You're sleeping with my wife and draining my account." He flinched. "Lower your voice." "Why?" I said. "Afraid someone will hear the truth?" He clenched his jaw. "You don't understand." "Then help me understand." "We care about each other," he admitted quietly. "And my money? It was an investment." "In your failing company?" He looked away again. "Who else knows?" I asked. "No one." "Does Lucas know?" His head jerked up. "Why would you mention him?" "Because he's your partner." Daniel hesitated. "Lucas thinks the funds came from a private investor." "So you lied to him too?" He didn't need details. I leaned back, studying him. Reckless. Entitled. Desperate. "Does he know the company is collapsing?" I asked. "He knows cash flow is tight." "Tight." I said. "You're bleeding." Daniel's voice hardened. "You don't know everything." "Then tell me." Lucas called him mid-sentence. Daniel silenced it immediately. "Answer it," I said. "It's not important." "Put it on speaker." "No, that's what I thought." Daniel stood. "What do you want?" "I want transparency." "You're threatening me?" "I'm observing you." He stared at me. "You're different." "I learned something," I said. "What?" "Trust is expensive." He exhaled sharply. "What are you going to do?" I stood slowly. "Nothing. That's it. For now." He frowned. "You're just walking away?" "I'm giving you time," I replied. "For what?" "To keep making mistakes." His eyes widened slightly. "You think you're untouchable," I continued. "You think I won't act." He didn't respond. "Tell Emma I said hello," I added calmly. As I left, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered. "Is this Daniel's investor?" a smooth voice asked. "Who's this?" I replied. "Lucas," he said lightly. "We should talk." I told myself, stay calm. Think. Emma smiled at me across the kitchen table. You've been distant lately. I've been busy, I replied. She walked behind me, wrapped her arms around my shoulders. We should spend more time together. Maybe, I said, gently moving her hands away. You don't miss us? She asked softly. I miss honesty, I answered. She froze. What does that mean? It means I need space. That night, I opened my laptop and whispered, time to protect myself. I transferred money into a separate account. Just in case, I muttered. Emma walked in. What are you doing? Paying bills. She leaned closer. You've changed. Have I? I asked. Yes. You don't look at me the same. Maybe I see more now. She forced a laugh. You're overthinking again. Maybe you're underestimating me. The next morning, I visited Mrs. Carter. She opened the door. Oh, hello. I need to ask you something, I said. Of course. Have you noticed anyone visiting my house when I'm not home? She hesitated. I didn't want to interfere. Please. There's been a man. Tall. Comes in the afternoons. How often? Too often for a friend. Would you say that if someone asked you publicly? She looked at me carefully. If it's the truth, yes. Thank you. I went home and scanned every financial document. Secure everything, I told myself. I backed up messages, screenshots, timestamps. No mistakes. Emma appeared in the doorway wearing the dress I once loved. Remember this? Yes. She stepped closer. We used to be happy. Used to. She touched my chest. We can fix it. Can we? If you stop pushing me away. I'm not pushing. I'm preparing. For what? She whispered. For clarity. That night, when she slept, I sat alone in the living room. I held my wedding ring between my fingers. Was any of it real? I asked the silence. I slid the ring off slowly. I can't wear promises built on lies. I placed it inside my drawer. Emma's voice drifted from the bedroom. Are you coming to bed? In a minute, I replied. I closed the drawer firmly. I'm done pretending, I whispered. Tomorrow, I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't scream. I would reveal everything. Publicly. And they wouldn't see it coming. I waited until everyone was seated before I stood up. Before we eat, I said calmly, I need 5 minutes. Emma looked at me nervously. What is this about? You'll see. My father watched me quietly. Go ahead, he said. I placed a folder on the table. Daniel shifted in his chair. Is this necessary? Yes, I replied. Emma's mother frowned. Why are you acting dramatic? I'm not, I said. I'm being honest. I pulled out printed screenshots. These are messages, I said, sliding them forward. Emma's face went pale. Stop. Read them. I continued. Daniel's brother grabbed one sheet. What is this? Dates. Times. Conversations, I said. Emma whispered, please don't. I opened my phone. Here are the call logs. The room grew silent. Emma's mother stood abruptly. This is nonsense. Is it? I asked calmly. I placed bank statements on the table. These transfers, I said, tapping the numbers, came from my joint account. Daniel's voice cracked. We were going to return it. You said that already, I replied. Emma began crying. It wasn't supposed to explode like this. Daniel's brother stared at him. You betrayed him? Daniel couldn't answer. Emma's mother pointed at me. You are humiliating my daughter. I'm revealing truth, I said. You could have handled this privately. I tried, I answered. My father finally spoke. Let him finish. His calm tone silenced everyone. I continued. I stayed quiet. I observed. I gathered proof. Emma sobbed. I made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting a date, I said. This was deliberate. Daniel slammed his hand lightly on the table. Enough. No, I replied evenly. Not yet. I held up another document. This shows repeated transfers to Daniel's company. Emma's mother gasped. You used his money? Emma covered her face. I thought I was helping. Daniel's brother shook his head. You involved finances too? Daniel muttered. It was temporary. My father looked directly at Daniel. Did you think there would be no consequences? Daniel lowered his eyes. I didn't think it would go this far. I laughed quietly. It went this far the moment you lied. Emma looked at me through tears. Why are you so calm? Because I prepared, I answered. The room felt heavy. Emma's mother's voice trembled. Say something, Emma. Emma whispered. I'm sorry. Daniel added quickly. We're sorry. I gathered the papers slowly. I'm not shouting, I said. I'm not insulting you. Daniel's brother spoke firmly. You both owe him more than apologies. My father nodded. Accountability matters. Emma reached for my hand. Please don't end us. I stepped back gently. Daniel leaned forward. We can fix this. I looked at both of them carefully. You should have thought about fixing it before breaking it, I said. Emma's voice cracked. Give me another chance. Daniel added desperately. We'll repay everything. I felt every eye on me. For the first time, they weren't hiding. They were exposed. They were afraid. And I was calm. Emma whispered, please forgive me. Daniel echoed, please. I didn't answer. I simply looked at them, steady and silent. I saw the headline on my phone before Daniel could call me. His company had collapsed. Minutes later, my phone buzzed. Daniel. I answered. It's over, he said. I know, I replied. Lucas pulled out. I'm not surprised. He said he can't sync with me. Smart decision. Daniel exhaled shakily. You sound cold. I sound prepared. He abandoned me, he said bitterly. You built your foundation on lies, I answered. What did you expect? Silence. I lost everything, he whispered. You gambled with everything, I corrected. He hung up. An hour later, Emma called. I let it ring. She called again. And again. I muted my phone. Later, a message appeared. Please talk to me. I didn't respond. That evening, Mia sat across from me. She's desperate, Mia said. I know. Are you satisfied? I thought about it. No, good, she replied. Good. Revenge isn't satisfaction, she said calmly. I didn't ruin them. They ruined themselves. And now I breathe. Mia studied me. You still care. I cared, I corrected. She lost everyone, Mia said. Her mother is furious. Daniel's brother won't defend them. That's their consequence. And yours? I paused. Peace. Mia nodded slowly. Then protect it. My phone vibrated again. Emma. I can't keep running, Mia said softly. But you don't have to answer. I'm not running, I said. I'm choosing myself. That's strength. Emma left a voicemail. I deleted it without listening. The next morning, Daniel texted. Lucas is suing me. I typed back. Handle it. He responded, you planned this. I stared at the screen. No, I replied. You did. I blocked his number. Hours passed quietly. For the first time in months, my chest didn't feel tight. I went for a walk. I called my father. I'm proud of you, he said simply. For what? For not losing yourself. That mattered more than victory. That night, my phone stayed silent. I slept deeply. Around midnight, a knock hit my door. Slow. Hesitant. Then again. I already knew who it was. I stood up, heart steady. The knocking came a third time. Please, I heard her whisper through the door. I closed my eyes briefly. Then I walked toward it. I opened the door. Emma stood there, eyes swollen. Thank you for opening it. Say what you came to say, I replied. She stepped inside slowly. I ruined everything. Yes, I said quietly. I betrayed you, she continued. There's no excuse. I watched her carefully. Go on. I still love you, she whispered. I felt the words, but I didn't move. Love isn't words. I know, she said, voice shaking. I was selfish. I was weak. You were dishonest. She nodded. I don't expect you to take me back. Good. Tears fell down her face. But I needed to tell you I'm sorry. I forgive you, I said calmly. She looked up, surprised. You do? Yes. Hope flickered in her eyes. Then maybe, no, I interrupted gently. Forgiveness isn't reunion. Her shoulders dropped. So this is really the end. Yes. I destroyed us. You revealed us, I corrected. She covered her mouth. I never thought you'd become this strong. I never thought I had to. Silence stretched between us. I'll always regret this, she whispered. That's yours to carry. She wiped her tears. I hope you find happiness. I will. She hesitated at the door. Goodbye. Goodbye, Emma. When she left, I didn't feel rage. I felt release. The next morning, I drove to the ocean. The wind was sharp against my face. I held my wedding ring in my palm. I forgive you, I whispered to the waves. But I choose myself. I threw the ring into the water. I watched it disappear beneath the surface. It felt symbolic. Final. My phone buzzed. A new message. Sophia, are you still coming to the gallery tonight? She asked. I smiled slightly. Yes, I typed. Good, she replied. New beginnings suit you. I looked at the horizon. Betrayal had burned me. Revenge had tempted me. But self-respect rebuilt me. I didn't win by destroying them. I won by refusing to destroy myself. I took a deep breath and turned away from the sea. I would rebuild. With dignity. With clarity. With boundaries. Some betrayals don't end your life. They show you who you are meant to become.